What's up, guys?
Happy Monday.
Another Monday, another
Short week of work.
fun day. So today is the first day I'm doing this 4,000 calorie challenge. It's been done before, but I'm going to do it better. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to do it better, but...
Define better.
Yeah, I guess there is no better. But maybe make better vlogs, which that's going to be hard to do also. But today I ate 4,000 calories, and if you guys don't know, Jason Whitrock did this already, so you can check out his videos. He has a playlist on it, and then Keto Savage also did this. So tomorrow will be the first vlog from today, and that's another part of the challenge, is we're going to do a vlog a day for 21 days. So like, we're filming it today, and then tomorrow it's live, and that's harder than maybe it sounds, because each video is like 2 to 3 hours worth of editing at least, so it's
And I can't help in that.
Yeah. You can look cute on camera, though.
That's true. I make that work.
Trying Carnivore Diet, great podcast. Oh, yeah,
Hey.
if you guys missed it, on Sunday, the podcast finally went live, the one I've been the most excited about, with Sean Baker. He's a orthopedic surgeon.
Yes.
And he's only eaten meat for the last year of his life, and he's also breaking records.
4,000.
That can't be healthy. Yeah, it's not healthy. You shouldn't be eating 4,000 calories a day.
But we're excited to see how Matt's body like adapts to it and transforms. We're also potentially thinking a cut early next year. So
yeah, we got something planned for the start of next year. So this is kind of playing into that. So if I gain, I'm thinking I'm already looking bigger. Like one day I ate 4,000 calories.
He's being dramatic.
I already feel like I gained some weight. A lot of people are saying they're doing the meat and water, which is cool and interesting, and I've had great results from it. I'm not really just doing meat and water, but a variation on that.
What kind of doctor is your dad, Mega? He's a dentist.
Did you see Jason Whitrock do the challenge? Yeah, I did.
Him and Keto Savage have both done the challenge, both inspired Matt to try.
I'm doing it a little different. I don't know. I didn't watch most of Keto Savage's, but you guys should check both of those out. But I'm trying to do under 30 total carbs, and I'm trying to do under 200 grams of protein, which when you start getting to 4,000 calories, it's hard to keep those low because you just accumulate along the way.
Yeah.
So like today, I basically just ate butter.
Literally, just ate butter.
It was flavored with cocoa powder, though.
And almond butter. But we are putting in a lot of time vlogging everything. It feels like a job again, right? Like.
Oh, I like doing this once in a while though, just to like.
It's so much.
When we did a video a day, May, we got a little bit better at making videos, and
it also feels like we're more productive, right? I feel like I get a lot more done when we're vlogging the days.
Do you agree with Dr. Berg about not counting veggies as carbs? No. I just count everything. I'm not into all these things with like, don't count veggies, count sugar alcohols as half a gram of carbs. It's all just dumbing things down to make it easier to understand, which some people, maybe that's where they're at. They need that, but...
Yeah, it depends on the lifestyle you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm to the point where I'll count it because I want to count it and I want to know everything. But you can, if you don't eat a lot of veggies, that's what he's trying to get you to do. He's trying to get you to eat more veggies, basically.
Whipped cream is the reason I'm still fat.
Whipped cream? 6 ounces of bacon has 25% daily potassium. Is that true?
That's a lot of ounces of bacon though, right?
It's a good amount. I'm not sure about that.
Mega is not doing 4K challenge. Mega's body cannot handle 4K, nor could I take that in.
Yeah, we actually talked to a lady today for a podcast who's doing really good things. She's like a researcher on reversing diabetes and stuff. And she actually brought up heavy cream. Heavy cream's like the thing people overdo on keto.
The downfall of people on keto, yeah.
Yeah.
I newly started watching you guys. Love your channel. It's great. Thank you so much. In Montreal, Canada. We feel like there's a lot of Canadian people that we're friends with, right? We've made a lot of Canadian friends, which is nice.
Have you read any of Gary Taub's books? I started a couple of them. I have not finished any of them, but I have listened to him on some podcasts. So I get kind of what his thoughts on things are. I agree with most of them.
If adding fats to most of my meals has reduced my appetite, should I still try to attain the 180 grams per day from fat? No. The point of fat is to just eat it until you're full. If you're not hitting 180 grams, there's no need to hit that quota.
Yeah. What you sipping on?
Water.
Water. Answer the Zip Fizz question. How many carbs? There's 2 grams of carbs.
In an entire
How
Zip
many
Fizz.
sugar? Is it 2 sugar or 1 sugar? Or what is it?
I'm not sure. You want me to go check?
It's 2 grams of sugar in the whole Zip Fizz container, but it's actually super concentrated in flavor to where you only need like half of one per day. She ain't gonna email you. Answer the dude's kidneys on keto question.
It's zero sugars.
Kidneys on keto? I don't think keto represents any inherent damage to kidneys or like any higher risk than a normal diet would.
Zip Fizz
But I'm
is
not a doctor.
2 carbs and 0 sugars. And it's caffeinated.
How much real sugar from veggies is allowable per day? I would say just keep your net carbs under 20 grams. So factor the real sugar from veggies into that.
Most of my fat intakes from heavy whipping cream. Usually I make coffee or chocolate shakes. Either breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That's probably not...
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's probably not optimal. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, or the best.
Because if most of your fat intake is from heavy whipping cream, you have to be accumulating a good amount of carbs from that heavy whipping cream. Because most of your fat intake, to me that means like 2 to 3 cups a day or something crazy. And it's obviously just not like the best source of fat, like nutritionally. You want to be getting, in my opinion, like, I guess find a good fat source. Like in the U.S., Kerrygold butter is a really cheap and good quality source of fat.
So you could put butter in your coffee instead of cream. If you're doing like shakes and stuff, MCT oil would be like a cold fat to use there.
When intermittent fasting for 24/1, will all the protein at one time kick you out of ketosis? You would have to test that personally for yourself. I would say maybe like for an hour or 2 post meal, but probably over time, probably not. Like your body would start getting used to that. At least in my experience, when I have like, sometimes I'll have a 16-ounce steak for dinner, and that I measure like 2 hours afterwards, and I still have high ketones. So I would say probably not.
Butter in coffee is my jam. Hi friends, recently started keto. I have severe rash, especially in my hands. Any remedies? What did we talk about today?
There is really no remedy, it seems. I know we talked with someone about it today. They said every time they get like high in ketones, they get a rash. But if they like hover around like 1.0 or something.
Yeah, so like, maybe testing your level when you do have the rash and it's like really severe and seeing where your ketones are at, and like when you're feeling good and don't have a lot of rash, testing then, seeing what you're eating differently. But carbs, upping your carbs will likely help, but obviously not help the ketosis.
I use heavy cream in 1 cup of coffee, but that, I don't know what that means.
Avocados, great fat. Absolutely, avocados are a good source of fat. Yeah.
I love the work you guys
potassium.
do. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Oh, we got some good stuff on the way, guys. We are doing 21-day 4K challenge right now. We're going to try putting together a
starting
keto series for the new year, because there's going to be a bunch of newbies jumping in, thinking keto is the latest and greatest diet to, lose the holiday pounds. The New Year's resolution people. Oh, and that's another thing I never look forward to, is going to the gym like for the first month after New Year's in January.
Yeah.
It's jam-packed. Then we are also going to work on something to where maybe we're going to get real cut up. We're going to cut some weight, try getting ripped.
What's the macro breakdown of your 4K challenge, and what is the purpose?
So I don't really know what the purpose is. That's the thing, which is why, I don't know, I just want to do it.
You want to see how your body transforms.
I guess I want to see how my body transforms. I guess the reason Jason did it was to prove that calories don't matter. Maybe, I don't know what his real reasoning behind it was. But I guess, I don't know exactly. I guess I want to see if I gain weight and stuff. But also talking to people, it seems like keto has a lag time, so you might not notice the results just by the end of the challenge. You might, like a couple weeks later, you might still be accumulating weight. But, yeah, I guess, so the one thing I already noticed in day 1 is when you take the restrictions off, you don't want to eat as much. Like, normal days, there's a little bit of a restriction for me. Like, if I wanted to eat, if I ate as much as I wanted to eat, I would be overeating, basically. But when you take that away and you're not restricting at all, it's kind of like, you can take it, you can leave it. You don't need to eat as much. It's weird. And the macro breakdown is going to be 85% fat. So that's one wrinkle I'm putting into this, where Jason and Keto Savage didn't do that. I think they did like 75% calories from fat.
Keto has a rubber band effect.
What you know about L-tryptophan? I think the L-tryptophan in turkey thing is a myth. It doesn't really have high doses.
We did eat a bunch though, and feel really tired. I think we just ate a lot. I saw someone do a 4K and they tested their cholesterol daily. When he was eating that fat, his cholesterol went down.
Yeah, I've actually seen this. The way to, like, if you eat a bunch of fat the 2 or 3 days leading up to a cholesterol test, your cholesterol numbers are lower, which kind of questions all this importance we put on cholesterol tests.
On one single randomized day of testing.
And you can also fluctuate wildly if you do like a test one day and then do one a week later.
Yeah.
There's a really good, I think it was at Keto Fest, a guy talked about that. Is keto okay for athletes? Yeah. I would say not all athletes probably. Like, the thing you lose when you do keto is your explosiveness, I would say. So, like, maybe not the best for like a 100-yard sprinter. Except it's weird because Sean Baker does 100-yard rowing and he's setting world records and he's kind of doing keto.
Well, I think there's like you get a disadvantage in the beginning, the first couple months, but then you adapt and you're able to get that quote unquote explosiveness.
But I think you're probably more explosive with carbs.
Dave Feldman, that's the guy.
Okay,
right?
that's a cholesterol guy, yeah.
What's the most important thing about keto to you guys?
Most important benefit we get from it? Why we do it? Is that what you're asking? For me, it is productivity, mental stamina, just like that. Like, I'm way more productive. We started this Keto Connect thing after doing keto, and never in my life prior to doing keto was I ever like going to start a business, a YouTube channel, a food blog, doing all this extracurricular stuff outside of just like checking into the office, checking out, watching Netflix.
Mine's just having a better relationship and control over my eating and the food that goes into my body.
That too.
I was 327. I started 2 months ago. Lost 22. Is that less? So everyone loses at a different rate. 22 pounds is a lot in 2 months. A lot.
Adrenal body type. I don't know. I don't really fully prescribe to Dr. Berg's body type thing. So you probably want to go to him for information. He has all the information on like what to eat for what body type and etc. I don't really have tips for that.
Is bulletproof coffee, does it break your fast? Dave Asprey says it doesn't. Thoughts on that?
Does he say it doesn't? Well, he's also selling bulletproof coffee, so...
I mean, personally, I would say it does.
Don't listen to people selling you things on the benefits of those things. The bulletproof coffee, I would say, yeah, it breaks your fast. You're eating a ton of calories, 300 calories or so. And I guess the question is, why are you doing intermittent fasting? What benefits are you looking to get? Are you looking to just calorie restrict, and that's why you're doing intermittent fasting? Then you can weigh out the pros and cons of having bulletproof coffee. If you're looking for like autophagy to set in, I would say having a bulletproof coffee probably interrupts that, which is a reason some people do intermittent fasting.
What really boosted your channel past other keto channels?
That's a good question, and it's really easy to answer. Consistency. We post 3 videos every week, no matter what. Other people don't do that. And
yeah.
it's hard to do when no one watches your videos at the start.
Or it's hard to do when you have other things going on in your life.
Yep.
But if you love it and you want to do it, you'll do it.
Basically, just no excuses. Do it every day.
Do you track how much water you drink? No, we do not. But to give you an idea, this is like what, 24 ounces?
I think it's 32.
Oh, I drink like 4 on good days, like 4 to 6 of these a day.
Do you think Stephanie Person is too strict? No nuts, dairy.
No, it's just, I think she's been doing it for 10 plus years. She's also older than us. Like, she's in a different phase of her life, and that's what works most optimally for her. I
think when I'm 50 years old, I'm going to be, I don't want to say it, but my parents are super grouchy and stuff. Not that Stephanie Keto Person is grouchy. But I'm going to be just like that. But here's the thing, guys. She is obviously like stricter than your average person doing a keto diet. And is that something that everyone can commit to? Maybe not.
Maybe down the line, though.
But she's preaching what she knows to be true based on, 10 years of doing a keto diet. If you're not listening to someone who's been doing it for 10 years and is 50 years old and looks like she's like 25, then who are you listening to? You should at least like hear what she's saying. Maybe you don't have to put it all into practice, but she's obviously preaching truth.
When you intermittent fast, do you count Bulletproof Coffee as breaking it? Yes.
There's an ongoing debate around this. Jason Fung, I heard him on a podcast. He puts it pretty well. He's all about fasting. He knows a lot of things about fasting. And basically, it comes down to what you're trying to achieve through fasting. So, like I said, if you're doing it for like the cell regeneration, autophagy, eating foods probably interrupts that. If you're looking to keep your insulin low, then having a Bulletproof Coffee probably isn't going to mess with that very much. But what are you trying to achieve with intermittent fasting? Like, what benefits do you expect to get out of it?
We actually, should we say, had Stephanie on our podcast already. So she'll be out in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Super dope.
Looking to start, but I hate green veggies. Help. So a long time ago, I would say that's a problem. You got to get your veggies in. Now, I would say forget about it. You don't need veggies. But you'd probably want to be getting like good sources of nutrition from other things. Like you don't want to just be eating salami rolls all day. You want to have like a pretty balanced diet. Actually, I don't know. See, we did a podcast with Sean Baker, which just came out on Sunday, which you guys can listen to, and he only ate meat for a year. He's still currently doing this diet, and he's setting world records.
Most important food you would die without having on a keto diet besides eggs?
Really nothing. I think steak at this point.
Just because you love it?
No, because I feel good when I eat it.
Yeah, I feel really good too, especially like the next day. Like we just had steak tonight. Tomorrow I'm gonna feel more like virile.
Virile?
Yeah.
Virile. Oops.
Probably not an appropriate place to use that word.
Any cheat meal that you can recommend? No, dog.
What about potassium if we don't have to eat veggies?
So, at the start, it can be an issue. You might need to supplement that, but I found over time, your body kind of figures those things out. And you don't need, I don't get dietary potassium some days, and I don't notice a problem. So, maybe it's something that over time your body just figures out better. But you can do potassium supplements. You just want to be careful without going crazy with those. Because high doses of potassium can be dangerous.
Devastating.
What are some different ways you've changed your keto diet over the years?
Carnivore, calorie, vegetarian. So we actually have a podcast coming out really soon, like in the next week and a half, on all the experiments we've done on our keto diet. But over the years, like pre-keto, is that what she was saying?
No, she was saying on keto.
Oh, on keto, yeah. So we've done carnivore, the standard.
A lot with meal timing. When you eat your meals is a big thing to experiment with. And
Cutting out foods.
Cutting out foods. We did dairy-free, which is probably, all these things are beneficial. But here's kind of what I feel like. If you really do enough experimenting, I think you are going to always end up, if you're really trying to get optimal, basically what Stephanie keto person says, what Sean Baker does, your very minimal diet, you're just eating the best, most nutritious foods, the ones that make you feel the best, and the ones that don't have negative impacts on you. A lot of people have small intolerances to certain things like nightshades and lettuce.
People don't know what nightshades are.
I don't even know fully what nightshades are. It's like tomatoes, peppers.
It's a type of. They're types of vegetables. Yeah.
What do you guys think of paleo? That's fine.
Yeah.
The thing with paleo is, it can be just as bad as a normal diet if you're really going hard with date syrup and honey and stuff.
Granola.
Yeah. So I think if you can control it and you're really just doing slow carbs paleo, that's probably pretty good.
What is your go-to keto inspiration for information?
Go-to keto inspiration / information. That's a good question. Honestly, what?
No, go ahead.
The people we interview on our podcast is really a good one because whatever we're interested in, we try getting someone to talk to about that. And I feel like I learned the most, honestly, We talk to a lot of really good people, but Keto Savage, if you guys don't know his channel, every time I talk to him, I learn something new.
Yeah. Just made the cornbread this morning, planning to make chicken and dressing later. Very good.
Yes.
Oh, yay. Who are the best cookbook authors for keto? We haven't really dug too deep into a lot of cookbooks. I think we've actually really just looked at 2 or 3 maybe, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited for our cookbook.
Yeah, our cookbook. What was I gonna say?
Matt, the haircut is tight, brother.
Thank you.
Oh, you said brother, not brother.
Christy Sullivan. Yeah, she has a good channel too. I haven't seen her posting to YouTube lately though. Yeah, Brayden, we got your email earlier, and I actually was very upset with the email you sent us.
Upset?
Yeah, I was just...
It was just annoying.
So let me tell you what happened, guys. Brayden emails us, and he wants us, he puts the onus on us to convince him not to cheat during Thanksgiving. He wants us to make him not cheat. He wants us to give him a reason not to cheat. It's obviously something you need to find within yourself of why you don't want to cheat.
If you want to cheat, cheat.
Yeah.
Eat what you want to eat. It's not our job or our duty to convince you otherwise.
I guess, why are you doing keto? Why? You said you did a cheat meal recently and it didn't impact you at all. So I mean, if that's your take on things, then what are you doing keto for?
Yeah.
It sounds like not doing keto is you're having the same benefits, but you're eating better tasting foods. So I would just not do keto.
if you don't have an issue, yeah, maybe.
Is that a Cat Kraken shirt? Yeah, I got it from Amazon. I think it's on the first page.
He was so excited when he got it.
I always buy shirts I think look cool, but then they just don't fit me real nice and stuff.
My before and after pictures motivate me not to cheat. There it is, Fama Meemaw.
Boom. Fama Meemaw.
Did I do it right?
No, you didn't.
Oh.
I thought corn kicks you out of keto. Who told you that?
Also, it's baby corn.
Yeah, it's about the
corn.
amount of carbs. It's not about the individual food item.
Mega, I tried your keto naan. Yummy. Thanks for the Indian dish. I always crave for the Indian spices. Recipes. I don't know how to read.
Do you guys know how many Indian grandmas it takes to make a piece of bread?
Naan.
Naan.
Like naan. Like none.
So if you guys are just joining, today was the first day of my 4K calorie challenge. You might have seen it. Jason Whitrock, Keto Savage, they both did it. So today was day 1. And I'm really feeling it in here. It's a lot. I already did all 4,000 too. I did it by 3 p.m.
Yeah.
It wasn't as hard as I thought it was.
He's like, I'm just going to finish this now because I have to.
But I think I'm going to gain some weight. I was thinking about 5,000, but we talked. Keto Savage is consulting us on this, and he said 5,000 just dumb and
makes no sense.
No, makes no sense. You guys are idiots.
It's not setting you up for anything.
And he's not the type of guy who's just going to call you an idiot, but I could gauge his expression. He was like, what? No, don't do 5K.
Thoughts on dairy. It can create a lot of inflammation, but it's a staple for the keto diet.
It's not necessarily a staple.
It's not a staple by any means. We've done dairy-free. Plenty of people do dairy-free because, yeah, it can be an irritant and cause inflammation, and if it's that way for you, you should probably try cutting it out.
I would say it's person to person, but I will say most people probably are going to notice marginal benefits, if not huge benefits, to cutting out dairy. But then it's just you got to weigh that. Are the marginal benefits worth
cutting out dairy?
Not tasting delicious cheeses? Do carbs on baby corn vary? Want to make... Yeah, I think no, I don't know. We've got a couple different brands of baby corn in the can, and they're all pretty similar.
It's what, 6 net carbs for the entire can?
Yeah, something like that.
If it's 48 carbs, it's probably just normal corn.
If you had to recommend a diet soda, which one should I drink?
I can't shake it. I mean, if you're drinking diet soda, whatever you like, right? So Diet Sprite.
I would say Zevia is the one I would go with.
Oh, okay. I thought just not as...
She wants you to pick flavors for her? Yeah, go try Sprite if you haven't tried that before.
What? Well, Diet Sprite's not caffeinated. That's something to consider.
Oh, and then there's this one called Dr. Pepper. Try Dr. Pepper, too. You're just going to start naming sodas for her to try?
Diet Fanta.
Try Diet Fanta.
Fanta's delicious.
How do you get enough fats on an all-carnivore diet? So butter is a good source. We add butter to most things, but...
Fatty meats.
The main thing is the fatty meats. So lately, the last 2 things I've gotten from Costco is a big slab of New York strip steaks, but it's all one piece, so you have to cut it yourself. and it has really a lot of fat on it. I always say it's about 70% of calories from fat. So if you just eat that, that's keto macros right there. But if you get leaner cuts, probably add a little butter. But see, that's just me because I feel better doing high fat. But Sean Baker, who I keep talking about, he doesn't stress about the ratios at all. Like if he gets a lean cut of steak, he just eats the lean cut of steak, and that's the same as it would be if he ate a fatty cut of steak. He just eats meat, you know?
What about fresh corn from my garden, cut off the cob? That's not going to be good.
That's going to have some carbs in it. Ribeyes are fatty. Yeah, ribeyes I think are my favorite.
If you've been fat adapted for a long time, have your day of keto eating and then have dinner of 100 grams carbs. Will the body switch to the carbs and then back to the fat burning, or do you have to adapt again? It depends on how long. I would say, first of all, you've been on a keto diet.
So she's saying you've been fat adapted for a long time.
Okay.
So see, what I've noticed in my own body and what I have read about is basically that if you're doing keto long enough, that's the natural state of your body. Then think about how hard it was for you to get fat adapted. It's a similar struggle to go back to being glucose adapted in a sense. Like, you know, if you have 100 grams carbs, then you cut out carbs again, your body's going to pick back up, you know, using ketones for fuel pretty quickly. It's not like a full reset, anything like that.
Is there such a thing as too much fat? Yes.
Yeah, I'm putting that to the test right now. 14 tablespoons of butter today. 14. It was hard.
My doctor agrees with me doing keto, but he wants me to do lean keto. Is there a thing called lean keto?
There is not a thing called lean keto. That is actually called not keto. See, that's the opposite of keto. And this is my new rant thing I'm going on. There's a lot of people trying to do lean keto. When you first hear about keto and you're like, oh, okay, so high fat, lower carb, you basically go right into lean keto. You know, you're doing the chicken breast salad, maybe a little olive oil. You're doing like a Mediterranean diet. In my opinion, not really the way to go. You're not fully buying into this concept of fat is good, carbs are bad. Eat fat, animal sourced fat, preferably. I think that's what I've come to learn. It's just not fully buying in lean keto. I wouldn't do lean keto. I talk a lot. Mega, talk more.
What was the peanut butter bowl thing you were eating on IG?
The peanut butter bowl?
It was 14 grams of butter.
Oh, that was 8 tablespoons of butter mixed with 2 tablespoons of almond butter mixed with
some cocoa powder.
A tablespoon of cocoa powder, and then I put some pili nuts in, and I ate that over the course of today.
Chili cookies came out messy and flat. Any ideas what went wrong? Which ones? The almond ones, I'm assuming?
Yeah, almond or coconut?
Coconut doesn't spread in the oven.
So it must have been almond.
Yeah.
Why would it come out flat? Did you use almond flour or almond meal?
What kind of exercise should I be doing during cardio? I mean, during keto, cardio, weightlifting, or both? Really, what do you enjoy doing? If you're not normally incorporating exercise and you're starting to, anything is really awesome. I personally love to lift. Same with Matt. So we stay away from cardio and we do a lot of lifting. I think weightlifting is better overall, right? Would you say so?
Yeah, just because with weightlifting you're building lean body mass, which is metabolically advantageous just for the rest of your life. So, you know, you're building up your metabolism. It's beneficial. Like, instead of like going and doing cardio and you're burning X amount of calories for that time when you're in the gym and maybe like 2 hours afterwards, with weightlifting, let's say you put on like a pound of muscle, that pound of muscle is burning calories for you for the rest of your life unless you lose the muscle. So weightlifting really pays dividends like over time.
What does fruity taste mean when on keto? Is it a fruity taste or is it a metallic taste?
I don't know what fruity taste means.
I don't take apple cider vinegar and I reverse my non-alcoholic fatty liver.
Congrats.
That's awesome, yeah.
Mega, go purple with the hair.
Oh, I was like, go purple. You mean go blue?
Her hair is really blending in nicely. I like it.
I like it a lot too. Thanks, guys. I'm getting my macros correct, but falling low on my calories.
So your macros should add up to equal your calories. There's a disconnect here because every gram of each macro adds up to total your daily calories. So maybe you miscalculated those somewhere?
Several keto models have admitted that they have changed their minds, their views on keto. Is there anything that you wish you could take back or wish that you did differently?
Oh, who changed their minds on keto?
A lot of people.
I'm interested in this. No, but a lot of keto role models. I don't know of anyone that has done it and switched. I'd be interested to hear what they say. Anything you could take back or do differently? I guess just knowing what I know now would be good to have at the start.
I wish I knew about like doing an earlier eating window, even though it's so simple and dumb that I couldn't realize that. I wish I started eating breakfast and cut off more so at like 4 or 5.
I want to hear who reversed themselves now. I gotta be on the lookout for this. Oh, Jason Whitrock switched his carb cycle method. Yeah, but that's not. Oh, you're just saying has made a small change within their original thinking. Okay. Yeah, I think
Vegetables, a lot of things.
Yeah, the importance of vegetables, the importance of getting all these micronutrients in. I don't fully believe in that anymore. I guess just I don't know. See, I guess since I was a vegetarian before doing keto, I was a little hesitant of like eating a lot of animal products, but now I think if you want to achieve optimal health, you probably need to incorporate a lot of animal products.
Also, just putting less of because like I've been to a lot of doctors and I've been in and out of hospitals for stuff, and just listening less to them and more to my body and like experimenting and doing all those things from the get-go, like even before I was keto, like with my own life. Like taking control, right? Instead of like putting it in the hands of our parents and doctors.
Eating breakfast, I thought it was better to IF until lunchtime. So much data out there. Okay, is there that much data out there? First off, does this data indicate that you have to do the noon to 8 p.m. eating window? No. So benefits to eating in the morning is it stops the rise in cortisol.
You get ahead of the hunger.
You get ahead of the hunger, and we personally have done all of these things, and this is what we've landed on.
Best for us.
And another thing that is huge, and I notice this, like, everyone who's doing intermittent fasting, go and actually look at what the benefits of a 16-hour fast are. And a lot of times these things get conflated. The benefits of a prolonged fast and the benefits of intermittent fasting. So like autophagy, that really sets in, from what I've read, like over a couple days. It's not something that happens every day when you're doing intermittent fasting. So that's my
And it's all on a gradient, right? So like 14 hours, you're still getting some benefits. You don't have to hit 16. You don't have to hit 18. It's all your body, and like it's all on a gradient. And that's something we talked to Dr. Berg about if you listen to that podcast. But yeah, it doesn't have to, like my body doesn't know it's noon. Right?
Here's the thing, though. Everyone just says the benefits. When you're talking about the benefits of intermittent fasting, give me the benefits that you're looking to achieve. You can't just say benefits kick in at 13 hours. There's no science behind that.
And if you cite something, we'll go and look at it. When is your cookbook coming out? Tentatively May? Can I even say that much?
Yeah. Is it May?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tentatively.
Do you lose more body fat on keto compared to just calories in, calories out? No. If you control for calories, the loss in body fat is usually the same. Maybe keto can be a little bit more muscle sparing, so you won't lose as much muscle on the way down. But the main thing is you can control calories a lot better than you can with calories in, calories out. So like if you don't have any problem controlling calories, then keto maybe isn't for you, unless you're looking for the other benefits. Oh, the sugar testing vlog, this is really good. It took me so long to edit. We tested all the different sweeteners.
When's that coming out?
I want to do it Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 hours of footage condensed into 15 minutes or so. So that'll be really good. And we got some really good takeaways that I don't think a lot of people think is the case, basically.
What can I do to stop hair loss? So a lot of factors go into that. It's not one thing that's playing into your hair loss, but stress, eating too few calories. If it's new for you on this keto diet, like just the sudden change could lead to hair loss. Just any shock to your body could be the case. So, maybe relax a little, get more sleep, eat enough. Like if you're hungry, eat. Don't punish yourself. Don't force fasting. Don't force things that don't feel natural, especially early on.
Is stevia one of the sweeteners you tested?
Hell yeah!
Yes, it is. Where are you traveling to next? We're going home to my parents' house for Christmas.
Michigan.
Summer 2018, Toronto?
Possibly. We've never really thought about going to Canada.
Just starting. My butter says it has saturated fat. Do I need a special brand? No, that's good. You want that. That's the right brand.
The Mitten. Oh, I was like, what mitten? What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Nothing.
Oh, what do you guys want for Christmas? You know what Mega wants for Christmas? She wants a Jibo.
But Matt made a good point. It will be annoying.
A Jibo is like this little robot, and it's $900.
Look it up, Jibo.com.
Jibo? Yeah. The sweeteners on my soda have the sweeteners listed as numbers and not by name. That's weird.
Whoa.
Come to Australia, we have cute koalas. Oh, I love cute koalas.
Do you guys have sloths?
That would be cool.
Is the video sort of foggy for anyone else?
Oh, maybe it's because I just cooked a steak and it was all smoky.
Not so bad at cooking steaks.
I cooked it perfectly.
Is sugar-free Jell-O okay on keto?
Yeah.
Yes, it is foggy. It's the steak cooking Matt did. Sorry.
It's from me cooking a steak. You guys, you had Four Rivers on Saturday? Barbecue. Did you get the fatty brisket?
Show me those cute animals. Miley's sleeping on the couch, and Julius is at daycare.
Outside of the States, where are your biggest views? I think Australia and like Europe and stuff.
Oh, I was like, you mean like
No,
the Grand
Canada.
Canyon
Canada.
and like Niagara Falls?
Any tips to maximize weight loss if plateaued? I think you just gotta stay the course.
Yeah.
Maybe like track your macros for a day if you're not doing that. See where your calories are at. You can try doing a little exercise. I mean, there's a lot of things, but really
It's
just sticking to it.
yeah.
Because, you know, keto, like, especially if you're just starting, when your body's figuring things out, switching to using fat for energy, there can be like a lag time on the weight loss, even if you're doing everything right.
Maximize weight loss by not jumping from one too fast to another while stalling. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I really notice a lot of people do. They do like carb ups and then they do.
They just go
fat,
extreme
fast,
measures.
Yeah, you want to not do that.
You
much
have
as
one
possible.
life. You have a lot of time on your hands.
Have you ever tried mushroom coffee? Four Sigmatic thoughts. I have tried it. I like trying things like that. I think the Four Sigmatic one is cordyceps mushroom, which it's pretty good. You can just buy cordyceps mushroom on its own and it's cheaper, but it does have good like energy. It's just not as good as normal coffee energy wise for me. I like coffee.
4,000 calorie part 3. Did I miss 1 and 2?
Yeah, well, part 1 was Jason Whitrock, part 2 was Keto Savage. I'm part 3. It's been done twice. I think it'll be different because I'm wearing Mega's thing. I think it'll be different because they're both bodybuilders that have a ton of lean body mass and they're like super low body fat. I'm not any of those things.
Can you talk a bit about ashwagandha? I know I probably spelled that wrong too. I don't think you did spell that wrong.
Ashwagandha.
I think it definitely affects everyone differently. For me, it's I become just like a very friendly, excited person about life.
So ashwagandha is an adaptogen, and it does kind of what that says. It helps you adapt to tougher situations.
Calming, no
And
anxiety.
I think this is just my experience with it. I'm like a chill, laid back person generally. I rather have something that like revs me up and
Unless
gets me,
the blender's dirty.
unless the blender's dirty. But ashwagandha I think works really well for someone who is more anxious and more like high strung. And then maybe if you take it in the morning, it'll ease you out throughout the day. But the only time I take it is at night because I just can't do work when I take it. Try Phenibut.
Oh my God.
Tell them about Phenibut.
I've tried Phenibut and it was horrific. Matt drugged the heck out of me. I mean, maybe, no, not even, I wouldn't even ever try it again. It was terrible.
Oh, I'll take it again.
I felt very drunk without actually being drunk, but
That's what it does.
I was sloppy, I was wobbly. Like, I get up to go to the bathroom at night and I was like not functionable. Like, I couldn't walk. And then even in the morning, it was just like a very just like my body was just dead.
It's like alcohol without the mind-altering part of it.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Makes me sleep like a baby.
Makes me sleep like...
It does make you
someone
sleep like a
who's
baby.
roofied.
Yeah, like someone who's roofied. Is it better to start keto cold turkey or gradually?
Really depends on where you're at. We like the cold turkey method. Someone said this in one of our interviews. I feel like I'm always pulling. They were like, you can either rip off the Band-Aid fast or rip it off slow. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a good way to put it.
How much did you use? I think, 600 milligrams? Nootropics. Will you ever post about it? I'm a little hesitant to post about it because most of our audience is not the type of people that do nootropics. And I don't I like messing with them in my own time personally, but it's hard for me to really, I don't know. I feel weird giving reviews on substances that are questionable, and I don't want to be talking about things and then a 50-year-old mom will get it and something bad happens.
Right.
Basically.
Do your research and...
I'll talk about the more mainstream ones, maybe we can do one on ashwagandha.
I think ashwagandha is more of a herb. It's more nature earthy, right?
Yeah, it can be considered a nootropic though.
Okay.
But maybe we'll start venturing in that direction a little bit and see what people think of it. Start with the easy ones.
I don't think it's safe now that you mention all that.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Matt is a cutie. He's a cutie.
Thank you.
Do you guys, I can't read. Do you guys use any tracking devices? Fitbit, blah, blah, blah. What is your thought on if they're accurate? We track in MyFitnessPal, and it's as accurate as we want to make it. You know what I'm saying? I've used Fitbit before, or something like a Fitbit, and it was cool to see my steps, but I didn't it didn't track my heart rate or anything.
Yeah, I don't use any of them. I think that Oura Ring shows a little bit of promise because it gives you the heart rate variability, which is cool. But you have to question the accuracy with any of these things, really. Any of the wearable devices, I would question, especially the ones that are telling you sleep data. I don't know how that can be trusted. In your last live, you talked about a New Year's series. I'm so excited for it. Something for beginners? We're still planning this out because we don't have a lot of videos on...
I'm listening to you.
Oh, how to start keto, just the basics, and I feel like we're really getting into more not everyday territory lately. So
but we get a lot of questions from beginners.
Yeah, and plus, the most common question we get is how do I start, and I don't really know how to answer that, so I want to think about how to answer that and make a video on it.
So it's out there, and we can just put you in front of it.
And New Year's, there's a bunch of new people just looking for weight loss.
We're falling right into that loop of new things, New Year's. Don't suggest cheating keto when you're sick.
Okay. Phenibut is amazing for social events. Yeah, that's when I plan on taking it.
That scares me.
Because I have social anxiety. Pretty intensely. Is it intense or no?
No, but that's the thing about anxiety, right? It's in your head. You can't, you don't know how to explain it, and other people don't necessarily see it.
Yeah. Okay. I have some degree of social anxiety. I won't say it's super bad.
You start by having bacon and eggs for breakfast. That's a thing a lot of people say.
There you go. That's a good one.
I thought we were going to watch Matt eat 4K calories of fat in a live stream.
Oh, maybe on the next live stream I'll make my fat bomb bowl thing.
Oh my god. Make
it
on camera and then eat it on camera.
Oh, that'll be a great IG live. We'll have to do it earlier on the day on this Sunday. But
9 a.m.
Yeah. It's actually, I don't like it that much. It's basically just butter with a little bit of flavor.
How long will the keto flu last? I'm dying. It depends, person to person. Electrolytes help with that, but
get some electrolyte stat.
A week or so?
Yeah, I'd say less, 5 days at most. It's a lot of it is about electrolytes. So hydrate, electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium. Need all those things.
Do you have any recommendations for people over 60 to make ketone levels go beyond 0.3 or 0.4?
I'd have to see what you're eating in the day, but see, I'm figuring out a lot of things about ketone levels.
When are you testing also?
Yeah, when are you testing? I'm figuring a lot of things out about ketone levels just since we've been testing it so often now, and it seems like Diet obviously has a ton to do with it, but not even in the sense of carb restriction, in the sense of if you're eating a ton of fat, your ketones just skyrocket. So I'm going to test my ketones every day for the 21-day challenge, and I'm expecting them to get pretty high. But it's also interesting because when you're restricting calories, your ketones are higher too. So I'm eating 4,000 calories. So maybe those two factors will negate each other and it'll kind of meet in the middle, but I'm interested in seeing.
I like that you kept it real in this morning's Keto Crit review.
Thank you. We always try keeping it real.
We're contemplating not doing those anymore.
Yeah, do you think we should just do the product reviews instead of the keto crates?
Is it boring? I feel bored just posting it.
Yeah.
I'm making your chili right now as we speak.
Which one? We got like 3 of them, don't we?
Yeah, probably the bacon chili. That's the best.
I think that's my favorite one.
Keto Crate sucks.
That's what our commenter said, not us.
Yeah, no.
I'm still craving sweets on a regular basis after being keto for about a year. What could that mean? Not staying in ketosis? Do I need to cut back on stevia? Is the only sweetener you're using stevia? I would say, and are you doing a lot of like keto baked goods and stuff?
Those will play in.
Because I don't necessarily crave sweets. I crave like donut-y things a lot of the time. Like that consistency, like a cupcake, a donut, a cake. I just like eating things like that a lot. But since really reducing our carbs a lot more than we even were before, I've noticed that subside a lot. But yeah, I do think a lot of it has to do with just how much artificial sweeteners and sweetener replacements you're intaking. Oh, yeah, more sleep is actually a good one that helps a lot with your food cravings. Not necessarily more sleep, but just an actual good night's sleep.
And it's useful. The keto crates are useful for people considering buying them. Yeah, there are just so many crates out there too.
I think we have enough data points for what a keto crate is now, though, that you guys can kind of make that decision.
I made both your fathead and cauliflower crust pizza yesterday. Both non-keto family approved. Yay! Is BioSteel the best to replace Gatorade for running?
I don't even know what that is.
Electrolytes without sugar, but to add taste to water. Like a water enhancer?
Yeah, it's just some kind of water enhancing electrolyte supplement. That sounds like it would be pretty good to me. I don't know what that is though. Is keto recommended for athletes or cyclical keto would be better? What kind of athlete? Me personally, I've never felt better in the gym than I have now. I would say just normal keto is probably your best bet. Yeah.
So, I always wonder, like, who considers themselves an athlete, you know?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, I would say I'm not an athlete. Look, that was me. I would love to be a quote-unquote athlete, but, like, is Matt an athlete?
Yeah, I'm a collegiate level athlete.
But college is, like, way behind you.
Okay, so I'm no longer an athlete. No, I don't consider myself an athlete. But
you don't consider yourself an athlete now?
No.
Okay.
I'm no longer an athlete.
Who here considers themselves an athlete, and what defines you to be an athlete? Like, that's a fun word, right?
It is a fun word. But I would say...
Like, are CrossFitters athletes?
No. If you're just going to the
so only, like,
WODs,
the NFL players and baseball players and stuff. Are baseball players athletes?
Yeah. Because they're professional. They're getting paid.
So, I guess so.
I broke my stall cutting out Mio drops. I don't know what mechanism would be at play there. That's interesting to me. You also maybe could have just started losing weight coincidentally when you took out the Mio drops. To me, knowing what I know, I would say that's more likely, but maybe that happened. Ace K. Oh, that's when we didn't test. We didn't test acesulfame potassium.
Could we have gotten it?
I don't know. I don't even know if that's available on the free market.
The free market.
We didn't test acesulfame potassium and we didn't test saccharin. Those are the two.
Or isomalt.
Or isomalt's not really one.
I'm planning to make your chewy chocolate chip cookies. Can I add my own chocolate made with dark chocolate and coconut oil? Absolutely.
Of course.
Thanks, guys. I lost 77 pounds. That's amazing. Susan Whitehouse, are you in the course?
See you, Travis. Not an athlete. Farmer Meemaw.
Is a well-rounded person of an advanced level of active physical gaming.
Okay.
I heard Ace Cake could be bad for your thyroid. I haven't actually read anything in particular on it.
I heard some of these could be bad for your gut microbiome and stuff, but Yeah, I need to see more info on that. The only one that really has a lot of documented bad effects is aspartame. I haven't looked into acesulfame potassium though.
Yes, Matt is doing the 4K challenge for 21 days. Someone asked go-to gym music. I listen to rap.
I listen to my playlist. I listen to new released rap albums because I always want to be on the cutting edge. R.I.P. Lil Peep, by the way. Tragedy. He was just about to blow up. The two deaths in rap that really like got me a little angry, Bankroll Fresh and Lil Peep. Both of these guys have been like working on their craft for years and they're just about to like make it big. They die.
How did they die?
Lil Peep overdosed on Xanax. Bankroll Fresh got gunned down. But
And who are you mad at? Them?
I'm
or
mad.
the Xanax?
Well, I'm mad that they didn't get to, live
So
the
you're
life.
mad at them?
Yeah, I guess them. No, I love Young Thug. In the gym, I really like
I like Young
Migos.
Thug.
Migos has some good gym music, I would
Did
say.
the new album come out?
No, I don't think so.
Dang.
Who else do I like? I like just any new rap, really.
Good riddance.
Good riddance? That's messed up, bro.
I've been following you guys for months. Course? You asked someone if they were in a course. Is there a course you do?
We have a course on our website. It's a keto meal prep for weight loss course. And we have a private Facebook group and stuff. It's pretty good. We have a lot of people in it sharing success. Keto Shan is in it.
And she is killing it.
I actually really like Russ, too. Russ is cool. Yeah,
Russ.
I guess Lil Peep, he's kind of rap. He's kind of emo rap. I honestly didn't like his music that much, but a lot of people liked it.
Thanks on the music shoutouts from Maui, Hawaii.
Can you explain the benefits of intermittent fasting and how to do it properly? So to do it properly, I think you want to get at least a 16-hour fast in. And whatever works best for you, you can try. A lot of people aren't hungry at breakfast, so they skip breakfast. Based on the information we've learned about ourselves, trying all these different intermittent fasting things, we like eating right when we wake up in the morning, and it does have some benefits to like stopping the rise in cortisol in the morning, things like that. We actually talked to Tristan from Primal Edge Health about this. He's the one who put us onto this, and like immediately we're like, oh, this makes a ton of sense.
The podcast comes out this Sunday.
Yeah. So I would say try different eating windows. Don't just be stuck in this like 12 to 8 thing that people do. And basically around the fasting hours, nothing at all, no water, or just water. If you want to do it like real right,
you can do black coffee.
Just water. But some people say even coffee messes with fasting. But yeah, black coffee, probably any 0-calorie beverage is fine.
Can I make a fat bomb just out of bigger chocolate and peanut butter? Yes.
I love peanut butter.
That's actually my favorite way, with some salt sprinkled on top, just those two. You don't even need sweetener, right?
Right.
With the butri?
Butri is great.
Who are these people that aren't hungry for breakfast? I want to eat the moment I wake up.
That's weird. I've always been a person who's not hungry when I wake
am
up.
starving when I wake up.
Oh, I remember waking up even before high school and stuff. My mom would be like forcing me to eat granola bars because it's the most important meal of the day. Oh, but toaster strudels? I can always eat one of those.
Okay.
Does chromium picolinate help with sugar cravings on keto? So there is a little bit of data that suggests that could be the case. Do your research on it. I took a little bit of chromium just because it has a couple aspects of it that seem like it maybe can help with keto. I think like glucose transport, some sciencey things. But I took it and I didn't really notice much, so I stopped taking it. But it's worth a try.
Pink salt or gray salt? I'm a fan of the red Hawaiian salt.
Red Hawaiian? I like pink salt.
Love rolling out of bed and into the fridge. It's literally what we do. I used to be a morning person, 3 eggs always, but I eat that for dinner now. Yeah, I mean, I guess people's eating hormones change over the course of their lives.
Ghrelin, I tell ya, you breakfast nerds. I don't know what that sentence means, but it is interesting. If you guys saw our 4-day fast video, how ghrelin and leptin really work. It doesn't have anything to do, maybe it does have a little something to do with actually like eating calories, but your ghrelin and leptin, like the leptin drops, I think, and the ghrelin rises at the times of day that you're used to eating.
Right.
So that's why if you do intermittent fasting for a couple weeks, then your hormones like adjust to that. So you're hungry at those times that you're giving your body food.
Atkins snack bar is okay for keto, one a day. I would say no.
Don't eat the ones with maltitol.
There's new ones. It says new on the box, and those don't have maltitol. But yeah, the old ones, not good.
So in our sweetener video, you'll see the effects of maltitol. Spoiler alert, they're not good. They're as bad as sugar.
The beef noodle bowl you had in Philly looked amazing. Are you considering recreating it? Probably not.
We want to try something like that, though.
That's like my favorite kind of food.
We should.
But yeah, we'll do it.
Will maltodextrin in pork grind kick me out of ketosis? No, because it's going to be like less than 1 gram, so no.
Where do you find your stevia sweetened chocolate? Yeah, Whole Foods.
Whole Foods, Lily's?
Yeah, but Lily's. Yeah, I think just Whole Foods. I've seen it actually.
And Amazon.
It's pricier on Amazon because you probably have to buy it in bulk. Are you going to try making the jiggly cheesecake I told you about?
That'll be really, really tough.
I don't remember you telling us about it.
Someone sent us an IG message, I think.
Oh.
Man.
Oh, Walmart has Lily's for cheap. That's great.
Oh. All this fat is really hitting me hard today.
Yeah, you look dead.
Do I?
Yeah. Are Quest bars okay? I have one a day for breakfast, but I don't want to hinder weight loss. Yeah. I would maybe not one. I wouldn't do one every day personally, but go ahead.
What I would think about the Quest bars is it making you want more food? Do you feel like when the days you have Quest bars, you're hungrier throughout the day? That's really what you want to monitor. You can test your blood glucose after if you're eating it every day, like it maybe makes sense to invest $20 and test yourself on that. But if you're able to, not eat, so the benefit of keto, there's maybe some marginal metabolic benefits. This has not been fully discovered yet. Yeah, like there's no real proof that being in ketosis is metabolically advantageous.
Right.
So that being said, if you're eating a Quest bar and you're not wanting to eat more throughout the day, it shouldn't be a huge problem. Unless you really are wanting to constantly be in
make
ketosis.
me want to eat 3 more Quest bars.
I can chow down on like 6 of them, no problem. Yeah. Except for the fact they have like 80 grams of fiber, so you can't do that.
What about Crystal Light? So Crystal Light has maltodextrin in it. I would stay away from it. It's actually really, really sweet now that I look back to it. But there's other enhancers that use stevia or not maltodextrin. I don't really trust Quest bars, but they seem tasty. They are tasty. Too tasty.
So we did test allulose in the sweetener video. That one you'll see. But I do want to test all of these fiber products. Soluble corn fiber, IMO fiber, tapioca fiber. I think it's hard to buy all of those, though. If you guys know where we can get them, let us know.
Stir is great. Yeah, we actually have Stir, and we use it time to time. Have you tried the French vanilla stevia? No.
No, we did get that once, I think. I got it in San Francisco a long time ago. Did you make that video on the perfect way to cook a steak? Constant flipping versus flip once? We haven't made a video on it, but I think I have come to a conclusion on that one.
Well, I told Matt about it.
The constant flipping is better. About every 30 to 45 seconds you flip it.
You keep the juices in the center so they just like go back and forth, and so it's easier to cook it rare when you're doing it that way.
Is this what Kenji says too?
No, this is what Gordon Ramsay and who's the other Australian guy?
Jamie Oliver? But he's not Australian, he's like English or something.
Well, you knew who I was talking about.
It's funny that I knew.
Jamie Oliver says that.
Where I live, Quest bars cost about the same as half a chicken and salad. I'll pass on that, haha. Yeah, Quest bars are pricey. They're like $3 each. But at Costco, they have the Kirkland brand Quest bars. A lot of those net fiber bars are net fibbers. Oh, that's a good term.
My cravings for pho lately have been a little too real. How would you order it at a restaurant and not get kicked out of keto? I mean, at that point, you obviously get it without the noodles, but at that point, I don't think you are just worrying about being in and out of keto. I think you just enjoy the pho and move on.
Anytime you're in an Asian dining establishment, you cannot be sure. Yeah.
You can't trust.
So the thing is, though, if you're getting like a pho with no noodles, like what's the worst that could possibly be in there? Like top end, maybe like 40 grams of carbs if they really like hit you with some sugars and stuff. But what is that really going to do? Like, by the next morning, you'll be back in ketosis, basically. You just have to burn through 40 grams of carbs. It's not that much. See, there's like levels to this. If you're doing 300 grams of carbs of bread, it's different than going a little bit over on some pho. I don't like saying pho.
Why?
I don't know.
Where do you get those tofu noodles? So you could get them really in any grocery store. They're by like the vegan meats and the vegan cheese in the cold section near the vegetables.
Well, I didn't hear the question. What was it?
I made your butter chicken recipe and floored everyone at work. Would you consider doing a ampsag?
We're doing what's ampsag?
I don't know. What's
We're doing a sag paneer.
In our cookbook.
400K, you do stupid idea and stream on tube and going own on me. Yeah.
Nice.
This is one of the stupider ideas, I would say, of mine, because there's no real point to it. But that being said, I'm committed. I'm doing it.
Thanks for being here, though. At least you're a part of this.
Have you tried cognac pasta?
No. There's a lot of those, like, low-carb pastas.
No, we've tried cognac. That's the shirataki noodles, isn't it?
Oh, is that the root fiber? The cognac? Is that
or the miracle rice is made of the cognac.
Konjac?
Fiber, I think.
Yeah, maybe. It's been an hour.
It's been an hour. I gotta go pick up Julia soon.
I'll go pick him up. You're tired from fat.
No, I want to go pick him up. I love picking him
I'll
up.
pick
I love
him up.
the look on his face when he runs into my arms.
I've been doing keto 3 months. How long does it take to be keto adapted? So you'll really know. I mean, 3 months is a long time. If you've been doing it strictly at this point, you could well be keto fat adapted. No cravings, easier to fast. You're fuller longer. I think you'll know.
Yeah, I think just your energy levels too, and I think some telltale signs are like if you eat like a high-fat meal and you feel like a little energized later on in the day, that's a good sign. Good telltale sign. After a day of not eating keto, how long does it take you guys to get back into ketosis? That all depends on how many carbs you have.
It really does.
But when we were doing the carb ups, which is 500 grams for me it was 500 or 600 grams of carbs, it took like 3 or 4 days, honestly.
I think like 2.5.
And I got this protocol off of Keto Gains. They have this cyclical keto diet protocol, and I did not have the same results that they say you should have. Like, you know, you lift, you eat your 600 grams of carbs, and the next day you do high intensity training. The day after that, you do a fasted cardio, and then you're back in ketosis. That's not what happens.
High intensity training is hard after you do that many carbs.
4,000 calories and still keto. If you don't gain weight, we will all be on cloud 9. Would be awesome if calories didn't matter.
Unfortunately, calories do matter, and Matt will likely put on weight.
I probably will put on weight. Calories do matter. But, see, like, something that could be learned from this is how hard is it going to be to eat 4,000 calories for 21 days doing strict keto? And this is really strict keto macros, like super low carbs, less than 30 total carbs, and very high fat. So I think a takeaway from it could be is like, if you really want to adapt this lifestyle and be in it for the long haul, and kind of what I already say is a good way to start is just don't worry about calories at all. Just eat as much as you want, as much fat as you want, and your body figures things out. It auto-corrects. Instead of trying to restrict from the start.
Are you eating fish on your carnivore diet or not enough fat? I think fish would be fine, like salmon, and you can always add fats, but we're not doing fish.
Yeah, and then I do sardines sometimes too. Listen to Sean Baker podcast. Is this channel going to become Carnivore Connect? No, I don't think so. I'm thinking about trying, since I've gone almost a month now without vegetables, I want to introduce one at a time and see which ones I notice that really impact me negatively. Like, there's a lot of things. For the nightshade thing, for sure, is something I want to check because a lot of people have intolerances to nightshades. Certain things in, like, avocados, spinach, there's a lot of things that you can have minor intolerances to that you don't really know. How about olives as a fat source? It's good. Olives are fine for keto. I just like to get mostly animal fats. That is what I've come to learn really makes me feel the best. I almost don't even want to have MCT oil anymore. It's hard enough for me to get calories in, always less than 1,500, and I'm not hungry. Should I worry about that lowering my BMR? I think one thing that is proven about keto is your metabolic rate doesn't drop as fast as it would if you were just doing normal low fat dieting. But so some things you can do to combat your BMR from lowering is like lifting weights. Really lifting weights, I guess.
Not going too low on calories.
Not going too
I
low.
didn't read.
Yeah. The government is called Carb Connect.
Please, how do you keep regular? Please.
I've never had a problem in my life with being regular.
Unregular.
Unregular.
You can hydrate more, drink more water. You can include more oils. Maybe you're not getting enough fiber. It's really hard to tell what you're eating and to know, but there's, oils, water, fiber.
This is an interesting question. I think the only reason Jason didn't gain weight is because he has a ton of muscles and probably his metabolism beat the calories. Interesting, because I have more muscle than Jason. Not like, he's obviously ripped and like he has more muscle, but he's like 5'5" or something, right?
5'5".
He's 5'5". When he started, he weighed 153 pounds. I have 173 pounds of lean body mass.
But you also have more fat.
Yeah, I have more fat. I'm a higher body fat percentage, but metabolism is dictated by like lean body mass, a lot of it.
Okay.
So in theory, I should burn more calories than Jason on a daily basis, even though he has more muscle like per square inch.
Like even Keto Savage, he maintains at 2,500, and that's lower than math maintenance.
Yeah, I maintain pretty easily
like
at like 26, 27. Yeah.
I'm postmenopausal and find that I have to be less than 1,400 calories to actually lose weight. I gym 3 times a week, and I'm active every day, but that's fine. I accept my lifestyle and embrace the benefits I feel. Oh, this is great. I thought it was going to a question. But yeah, what a great way of thinking.
Dave Asprey did the 4,000 calorie during 2 years and only gained muscle mass. Okay. Honestly, I love Dave Asprey's podcast and stuff, and he puts out a ton of great info. Also, like, I'm not taking anything he says for 100% face value, like that comment you just put. He's selling stuff all the time. That's not to say he doesn't put out tons of good info. I mean, I drink Bulletproof coffee every day. I probably wouldn't know about it if he didn't create it. But a lot of outlandish claims.
Just saw the sugar film and discovered that the sugar mafia.
Oh, what's the sugar mafia?
You mean 3-6 Mafia? 12,000 calories, world's strongest man.
12,000? Oh. We watched the documentary on that,
I think
didn't we?
we did, yeah. He was pounding the food.
Well, should we call it? I gotta pick up Julius.
Okay, guys. This was really, really fun.
Alright, we'll be back on Sunday. Actually, so tomorrow is gonna be the vlog we just filmed today. We're gonna do a vlog the next day every time. So you'll be seeing the first day today, tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.